there and welcome. Today's video is going to be my Sephora VIB sale recommendations. So Sephora has just hit us with a new sale that's going to be going on really soon, and I wanted to go ahead and put together an entire video of all of my recommendations that I have for the Sephora sale. So if that sounds good, let's go ahead and get started. To be honest with you guys, this is my second time filming this video because the first time I filmed it, my mic was dead. And if you are someone who creates videos, you know how incredibly frustrating that can be. So not only is this a long video because I'm going over my entire recommendations, but now I am refilming it for a second time. So there's that, but we're going to go through all my recommendations again, nevertheless. The Sephora sale is going to be going on from August 19th through the 27th if you are Rouge. And if you guys are unfamiliar with the way Sephora does their system, or if you are unfamiliar with like the Rouge, the Insider. So the Rouge is someone who spends $1,000 in a calendar year at Sephora. And you do get different perks for being a Rouge member. So if you are a Rouge member, you always get to shop the sale first. So they get to shop on the 19th through the 27th. And then if you're a regular VIB, you shop the 20th through the 27th. So they get an extra day right there that they are able to shop first. A lot of times they do that, and kind of some of those big ticket items that a lot of people are looking to purchase do go out of stock, unfortunately, if you are not a Rouge member. I personally am not. I've never been a Rouge. I just don't shop that often at Sephora. I shop during these sales. I do shop every once in a while, but I'm more of an Ulta girl. I just prefer their reward system better. I feel like they give a lot more like coupons throughout the year and things. So I typically purchase my products at Ulta if I can. A lot of products are only available at Sephora. So there are a lot of things that I'm going to be recommending to you guys that you can just purchase at Sephora, not Ulta. But there are also some products that are available at Ulta as well, but I just wanted to put them all into one video. So if you are a Rouge member, or if you're wanting to get that 15% off your total, the 20% off your total, you know what my recommendations are. So I have a lot of different categories for you. I pretty much have something for every single category. I'm first gonna start with the skincare category because it's a great time to pick up skincare products during the VIB sale, because I feel like skincare in itself is expensive, but if you are able to save some money on top of that, that's always great. Also, if you're looking to try out new skincare products, it's always a good time to try them out during this sale. So I'm first going to start with my favorite skincare products. I have quite a few skincare products for you guys first. So the first one is actually from the Sephora brand. This one is called their Waterproof Eye Makeup Remover, and I actually got this as a recommendation from you guys. A lot of you guys had saw me talking about the Lancome one a lot, and I was trying to look for a more inexpensive alternative to the Lancome because it's pretty expensive. And a lot of you guys recommended this Sephora one, and I do really, really like it. I feel like it's not as good as a Lancome, if I am being honest, but it works pretty much just as well. I feel like it does a good job of removing your eye makeup. It's not too intense on the eyes. It doesn't like irritate them or anything like that. And you do get a lot in the package. I feel like for the price, it's a really good value, especially if you're getting a sale on top of that. I'm gonna go ahead and purchase another one during the sale because I'm almost out of mine. And then what I use to actually remove my face makeup is this product here from Skinfix. If you are new to my channel, then you may have not heard of me talk about this one, but this is from Skinfix, and they are recently into Sephora now. So they were actually just available at a few other retailers, but now they are in Sephora, so that's awesome that I can recommend this to you guys as well. So this is their foaming oil cleanser. Again, it's from Skinfix, and I use this to remove my entire face makeup. So I'll go in with the Sephora, remove my eye makeup, and then go in with this one. And it's just such a good makeup remover, you guys. It's very, very hydrating. It's a milky consistency, even knowing it is an oil-based. It's more of like a milky consistency. It doesn't like strip your face at all. So when you're applying this and you're kind of rubbing it all over, it doesn't feel like, you know, when you use like oil-based makeup remover or even wipes, sometimes afterwards your skin just feels like really dry, kind of stripped out. That doesn't happen with this one. This one makes it feel very hydrated, feels baby soft. It removes all of the makeup too. I feel like when I use this, I don't have to double cleanse. I found Skinfix back at a Gen Beauty. It was the first one I went to. I believe it was Gen Beauty Toronto because they're a Canadian-based brand. Ever since then, I've just been in love with this product. The one that I have right here is a big bottle. I don't know if they actually make this one anymore or if it's just available on their websites. I know in the Sephora one, they have like a smaller version of this. It's still just as good. It's the same product, it's just in a little bit of a different container. I went through so many of these. I definitely recommend that one. And then a few other skincare recommendations that I do have is this Rose Hydration Toner. This is the Deep Hydration Facial Toner from Fresh Beauty. This is another good one if you are someone who doesn't like your skin, again, feeling stripped. That is my problem with a lot of the toners that I use, is I feel like after I use them, I just feel like they kind of just take away something. Like even knowing, you know, they're doing wonders for your pores and things, I kind of just feel like the hydration of my skin is kind of just a little bit stripped, and I feel like I just don't feel as smooth as I would like to. But with this one, I don't notice that happening. I feel like it does a good job of just like clearing out your pores, getting rid of all the extra makeup you have on your face. It is a little bit pricey, which is why I'm recommending it during the sale, but I do feel like a little bit goes a long way with this. You do have a lot of product in here as well. And then another skincare favorite is the Belif Moisturizing Eye Balm. I went through so many of these, and I often get asked what my favorite eye cream is. This is definitely my favorite. It's very, very hydrating. Again, I love hydrating products. I have like normal to dry skin, and I feel like especially in the winter time, my skin gets a little bit more dry. So products like this are perfect for me, especially for my under eye area, because I do deal with really dry under eyes. Also like to put this on my lid, and it helps if I'm having like, you know, a dry eyelid moment. And sometimes not every single eye cream I can do that with. If I apply it on my eye, like it'll irritate me and things. This one doesn't do that. Like I said, I've been through so many of these. I'm probably gonna get another one because this one is getting ready to run out, but a little goes a long way, and this is a big jar of that. So that was my skincare products, and then I have a couple of different like removing options as well that I want to recommend to you guys because I love these and I use them almost every single day. So the first one is the makeup eraser. If you guys have never heard of this one, basically all it is a cloth, and all you have to do to this is just add water, and you don't have to apply any product or anything like that. You just add your water and then you remove your makeup with it. It's such a cool idea, and I love this. I think I have about 3 or 4 of these in my collection. What's really nice about these too is you can wash them. So if you aren't someone who loves using like little cotton rounds or anything like that, or you want to be into more of a recyclable product, then this is a really good one to do so. You just throw it in your washer and then you can just use it each day. It'll go a couple times too. Like if you kind of rinse it out, you can definitely use it a few times before you need to wash it. But it does a really good job of removing your makeup. You can remove your eye makeup or just like your face makeup with this, and it really does remove it. I was quite shocked when I tried it for the first time, but I've been using it ever since. It's nice and large. They do have little mini ones as well. And then there's 2 different sides. You have an exfoliating side, which will really exfoliate the skin, and then you also have just like the regular side. I also use this one to clean my brushes sometimes. I feel like it works for that as well. And then also from Shiseido, I have their facial cottons. So I got hooked on these. It's probably been a couple years now since I've been using them, maybe about a year, but I went ahead and purchased these because everyone was recommending them, and I was like, what's that about? Are they that great? They're that great, you guys. They're pretty much just cotton squares. I don't want to say cotton rounds, but I use these to remove my eye makeup every single night. What I love about these is how soft they are. They're just like so soft. And I feel like they're also pretty thick. Like they're pretty thick to where you don't need, like a lot of times I'll just use one and then flip it over for the other side. I don't feel like you need a lot of pressure on these. They really just wipe away the eye makeup and they don't leave any residue behind. Sometimes if you use like a more inexpensive version of this, then you'll kind of get like the little fibers all over your lashes and things like that, and that doesn't happen with these. I think they're such good quality. They are a little bit pricey, but you do get a decent amount in here. Let's see how many. I can't remember exactly. There's 165 sheets in here. I think this is right around $12. It used to be $10, but I saw that they upped it, which I don't love. But definitely pick these up during the sale. I'm going to be restocking on these as well. And then one more thing I do not have to show you, but is actually what I use to clean my brushes. I don't have it because I've already went through my thing of it, but it is the Cinema Secrets brush cleaner. What's really nice about this one is it actually cleans your brushes, but it spot cleans them. So I use this in between like deep cleaning. I'll put a picture up here so you guys can know what I'm talking about, but pretty much what I do is I buy the big baddie, I buy the big jug of it and I put it in like a little spray bottle, and then I just spritz my brush. I'll rub it on some towel, or I actually rub it on this makeup eraser a lot. Gets the makeup off the brush, and then you can actually go directly in with another color and use it. It dries instantly, so it's not one of those things that you're gonna spray and then like have to wait forever for it to dry. It dries instantly. So you just get the makeup off there, sanitizes it, and you can go right in with another color. It is amazing, especially if you are someone who likes to use a lot of different eyeshadow colors. Maybe you like to mix it up. I personally only use it for my eye brushes. I tend to clean my like face brushes more often. So for me, for my eye brushes, it works just amazing. And like I said, I got the big jug. I think that lasted me like a year and a half. So it's definitely gonna last you a long time because you only need a little bit. Okay, and then I just have 2 more products here that are not makeup, but after that we'll move on to all of the makeup products. So first I want to talk about my favorite fragrance. This one is from YSL. It's the Black Opium. I heard so many people talking about this fragrance, and I was like, will I like it? Will I like it? I finally got it, and you guys, this is my favorite scent ever. I use it all of the time. Mine's actually pretty getting low on there. Like I've used it a lot though, so I feel like you definitely get your money's worth out of this one. But it is expensive. The only thing with this one is it lasts all day. It's kind of one of those things that you spray on. It's not like one of those ones that's gonna fade because it is, you know, a little bit more high-end, probably the reason why. But a good thing to remember with the sale is that you can get fragrances on sale as well. It's a great time to stock up on your favorite, or maybe think about like Christmas or birthday or something, get someone a set or just a fragrance. It's a really good idea. I just wanted to mention that. And then also tanning water. If you are into self-tanning, it's a good time to pick up any kind of tanning product if you're into that. So my favorite is the Tan Lux. This is their hydrating self-tanning water. I love this, you guys. It is so good. It gives you such a natural tan. And when I started using this, I was just shocked at how well my tan also faded. Like normally when I self-tan, I have like the orange hands going on, it fades down, and it just looks bad in general. And I end up having to like scrub my skin so hard to get it off. With this one though, it fades really gradually and it looks really natural on the skin when you first apply it, but it also looks natural as it fades, which is what I appreciate about it. It doesn't last the longest. I'd say it lasts about like a week and a half. But as far as like how it fades, it doesn't make me feel like I have to scrub it off and start all over so quickly. I can kind of just let it fade and it doesn't really even bother me. As opposed to like other self-tanners where I feel like I just can't stand the orange and everything's fading and looking awful and patchy, and this one doesn't do that. I feel like it's such a good self-tanner. I really recommend it. It is a little bit hard with the water because of the way that you have to apply it. You can't really see what you're doing, but I know that they have like some lotions and also like a regular self-tanner if you want to have one that does have like the color guard on it. This one, I feel like once you get a hang of it, like you get kind of used to applying it and you kind of know where to apply it and how much and stuff, but it's kind of one of those things you have to work yourself up to. It's a little bit intimidating when you first try it, but I promise you it is the best self-tanner. Okay, so now we are ready to move on to the makeup products. So I first want to talk about some primers. So I have 2 of my favorite primers for you guys. So up first, I have the Smashbox Primerizer. I have a little mini right here because I personally purchased the minis. I heard someone saying, I want to say it was like Andrea Metalio, I can never pronounce her last name, but she was saying how the mini is actually a better value than the full size. So I myself have actually just purchased quite a few of these little minis. They're $15, but this is such a good primer, you guys. It looks amazing with any foundation I pair it with. I'm never disappointed when I use it. I just feel like it does something for my skin. Like it's so hydrating. It just makes my skin feel so smooth, and anything I apply on top of it, I feel like just lies beautifully. It wears nicely throughout the day. I haven't had one foundation that I've tried with this that I didn't like the way my skin looked after it. Anytime I pair this, I'm just always so happy with the outcome of my face makeup. And then also I want to mention the Unicorn Essence from Farsali. This is something that I always try to recommend during the sale because I know Farsali's products are expensive, but I really do love them, you guys. Their elixirs are so good, especially the Unicorn Essence. This one is my favorite. It just does something to like radiance my skin. I don't know what it is. It kind of reminds me in the Smashbox as far as like how I feel when I put foundations on over top of it, but this one just gives me like like an extra boost. Like I feel like it plumps up my skin. It just kind of gives me an extra confidence when I know I'm going to use this as my primer. It's really easy with a little dropper. I feel like you don't need too much of this. They do have minis as well now, which is great. So if you want to try out like a mini before you commit to the full size, but it is a good time to get it while it is on sale during the VIB sale. Also, I do recommend a lot of the other elixirs from Farsali as well. I like the Skin Tune Blur, the Liquid Glass. They have a ton of them, you guys, so definitely check out these and see which one works best for you. But I would recommend the Unicorn Essence because this one is my favorite, but I use the other ones a ton as well. For foundation, I actually just have one recommendation for you guys. This one is from Smashbox. This is their Studio Skin 15 Wear Hydrating Foundation. So this is the one that I waited the longest about trying. I didn't get this for the longest time, but I finally was like, okay, let me purchase that, and I'm glad I did. This is such a good foundation. If you have an event or something you're gonna be at all day, I feel like this stays put on your skin. It looks really, really beautiful. The finish of it is really like full coverage, but it's not too full coverage. It's matte, but it's not too matte. It's a really just a nice formula. You don't need a lot of this product. I prefer to use it with a brush. That's my favorite way of applying it. So you just need a small amount, apply it with your brush, and I just feel like every time I use it, I just feel like my skin looks so youthful and just really nice. I really like the finish of this one. And then I also wanted to recommend a concealer for you guys. If you are been around my channel, you know how much I love this one here. This one is the Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer from Too Faced. Again, a good value when you get this one because you get so much product in here, you guys. It's like literally how much you get when you get a foundation. The applicator is amazing. I feel like they have so many different colors you can choose from too, so it's really easy to find your perfect shade in this. A lot of people use it for highlighting purposes if you like doing that. I know people use them to contour. It's just a really nice full coverage concealer that isn't going to look crepey. I deal with dry under eyes like I was saying, and for me, I love this one because it just takes a little bit of the product to give me a nice full coverage under eye, which is what I prefer, but it also doesn't look like too heavy or too crepey. Like if I set it, you don't have to necessarily set it too much to where it's not going to, you know, slide around if you don't use a ton of powder. I just really like it. I like the finish of it. I think it's great. I think that this is probably like the standout concealer of the year for sure, and I feel like this one kind of replaced a lot of people's favorites as a favorite concealer. Okay, so let's move on to bronzers. I have two different bronzers to recommend to you. So the first one is from Huda Beauty, and this is a newer product to her. It's called their Tantour Contour and Bronzer Cream. It has a bit of a long name, but this is actually a really cool product. So it's a cream product that turns to powder, and I've tried quite a few products that say that they do that before, and I always felt like I still had to set it with like a bronzer or just even like a regular powder, just kind of still set it. But for me with this one, I don't feel like I have to do that. This really does set to a powder. It dries down on your face, like you don't need to set it at all. I really like how little you have to use of this too. It's very pigmented. You just go on with like a tiny bit. You can use a brush, you can use a sponge, and it blends out so evenly and it looks just really flawless on the skin. They have quite a few different colors. I myself use the color Fair, and I feel like for me, the color Fair works out well, but if you are fairer than me, I don't know if you'll be able to find your shade in this, because even with me, I would consider myself more of like a light medium skin tone. The Fair on me is still, I have to go in with a light hand, so I don't know if you are any fairer, if that would work for you, but it's a really great product if you can find your shade. And then my next bronzer recommendation is this one from Becca. I love this one so much. This is their Sunlit bronzer in Capri Coast. I could use this bronzer all day, every day, for the rest of my life, and I would be happy because the finish of this bronzer is so natural, so beautiful on the skin. It gives like a slight bit of luminosity, but it's not too intense to where you feel like, you know, you have glitter or anything like that. It just looks so natural on the skin. I feel like this color is just perfect for me. I have been using this for so long. I'm surprised I haven't hit pan on it. Honestly, I think I'll probably hit it soon because I use this one so much. It has a mirror. I just think the formula is really, really beautiful. They have quite a few different colors too, so you can find your perfect match for you, but I think that this is such a pretty bronzer. Again, it looks so natural, and it's just been a favorite for so long. And then I want to talk about a couple of different blushes, or really just one blush formula in general. This is from Buxom, and this is called their Wonderlust blush. I think that this is so pretty. I have two different ones to show you guys. So I have Havana, which is one of my favorites, and then I also have this one here, which I can't get open, but this is Mykonos. And and they're both beautiful. I have all of these blushes, actually, they sent them to me, and I use them all. Like, I kept every single one, and I use every single color because I think that this formula is so, so good. Again, it's a radiant blush, but it's not too radiant. Like, it looks, I don't know how to explain it besides it looks healthy. Like, it looks like your skin is just like glowing from within when I apply this. It almost looks like I have highlighter on, but I don't. Like, it just gives you a perfect amount of sheen without looking like glittery or anything like that. They smell amazing too. They have like a bit of like a coconutty smell. It just smells so good. And they have, like I said, really pretty color options. So this one is one of my favorites, Havana. And then we have Mykonos. I just really, really enjoy these. I think they're a great formula. They're very pigmented as well. You don't need a ton of the product, but if you do go crazy and you apply too much, they're easy to blend out. I feel like they last a really long time on the cheeks as well. So let's talk about the glow. Let's talk about our favorite highlighters up next. I have two different highlighters to share with you guys. One of them is a recent find, which I'm surprised at me putting something so new to my collection in my recommendations, but you guys, I have not been able to put this highlighter down since I got it. This is from Jouer Cosmetics. Look at the packaging first off. They get me right alone with the packaging because it's so pretty, but the product inside of here is amazing. So this is called their Molten Glow Highlight, and I'm gonna swatch it so you guys can kind of see. It's a very beautiful, beautiful formula. It has a bit of a golden, like champagne-y look to it. It's so pretty on the skin. It's so blinding, but also if you want to like sheer it out, you can when it's more sheared out. It just looks so natural. It doesn't like highlight my texture, anything like that. It looks really, really good on the skin. I really enjoy Jouer's highlights in general. I have quite a few of them in my collection, but I got this one and I was just like, okay, this is my new favorite. Like, it surpassed all my other highlights. I really, really enjoy this one. I also like the compact. It has a mirror. It's really easy to use. It's just such a gorgeous highlight. I highly recommend it. And then we have the Natasha Denona highlight. I waited so long to get this one. I was like, I'm not buying a $38 highlight. Like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And then I finally ended up purchasing it. I think I got it during a sale. But you guys, this is such a good highlight. It's so, so pretty. So I have mine in the shade Fair. This again is the Superglow. And I'll go ahead and swatch it. It's a very different highlight from the Jouer as far as the color of it. It has a little bit more of like a pinkness to it. The Jouer is just a little bit more golden. But this one, again, kind of has the same sort of look on your skin. It kind of just looks like your skin is glowing. It doesn't look too intense, but it also is like very intense at the same time. It looks really natural. It feels really buttery when you apply it. You can build it up. You can kind of sheer it out. It's such a good formula. Again, really good packaging on this one as well. The Jouer one is a little bit cheaper than the Natasha Denona, but I think either one of these, you can't go wrong. They're such gorgeous highlights. Okay, and then I want to recommend a powder to you guys. So for me personally, I feel like translucent powders or under eye powders for setting, I personally love drugstore options. I feel like I really like one from CoverGirl. Rimmel London has a good one. I just really enjoy my drugstore translucent powders. So that's what I use to normally set my under eyes. But there is a high-end powder that I'm going to recommend to you guys that I use for something else that I feel like a lot of you guys always ask me about, and I am going to put it in my recommendations because when I run out, I'm going to repurchase this one. So this is from Cover FX. It's their Perfect Setting Powder. So I don't use it for my under eyes because I do feel like it's a little bit too drying for me. But I do feel like for carving out your cheekbones or for like carving out underneath where you put your bronzer, it is so good. It does such a good job of just like sculpting out that area. And I know you're probably like, any powder can do that, but this one, I don't know, there's something different about it. When I use that one to carve it out, I just feel like it gives such a more like natural look to the skin. It doesn't look like too white, kind of just blends in really perfectly. You can apply a lot, you can apply a little, you can leave it on a long time, you can leave it on for like a couple minutes, and it still gives a really nice effect. And you guys always ask me which powder I use for that, and this is the one that I use. I also use this little sponge here to apply it. It's just my favorite. I really, really love this one, and I don't know, just something about that powder, I feel like it's such a weird thing to only use it for just carving it out, but I feel like it lasts forever when you just do that. But that one is my favorite for that. And then next I want to talk about brows. If you want to restock on your brow pencil, it's a perfect time during the sale. And my favorite is the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. I've been using this for years. I love it. So you have a really nice, precise little pencil on the one side. Very easy to get those brow-like strokes. And then on the other side, you do have your spoolie. I feel like you get a lot of product in here. This lasts me normally quite some time. I personally use 2 different shades. So if you want to be extra and like purchase an extra one, use 2 different shades. I feel like it really does add dimension to your brows, but I'll use the 3.75 for the tail of my brow, and then I'll go in with 2 for the front of my brow. I really feel like it makes a difference as far as, like I said, adding dimension. Kind of gives you a little bit of a different look too, but that's what I prefer doing. And then I also want to mention the Highbrow from Benefit. And this is something that I use not the way that it's intended to be used, but it's something that I really love. So it is the Highbrow, and this is meant to be like a brow highlight. So you're supposed to put it just like right below. So you're supposed to put it right on your brow bone and actually highlight that area. I don't like it for that because I feel like it's just a little bit too waxy, and it kind of is hard to blend out once you've applied it. You know what it's really good for though is the waterline. I saw Kathleen Lights, I believe, talking about this and saying how she put it in her waterline, and I tried it one day and I had like quite a few that Benefit had sent me, and I used it, and I use it every single day ever since. Not every single day, but pretty much most of the time I have this in my waterline. I feel like it really does a good job of opening up your eyes and making them look a little bit more doll-like, making you look a little bit more awake. It just looks perfect in the waterline, and it stays like all day. I know Benefit came out with another like inner brim brightener or something like that. I forget what it was called, and it did not last like this one lasts. Like, it lasts so long, and it just looks so white, and it just stays put. And I haven't been able to find another like eyeliner that I like as much as this one, and you get so much product in here too. So I feel like it's just really worth it. Just so worth it. Maybe if you can even find like a set with these 2 in it, that would be great. There's a lot of good sets that are out as well during the sale. So we have that, and then next we're going to talk about our favorite eyeshadow palettes. So I actually just have 2 palettes to recommend to you. So the first one that I'm mainly going to recommend is the Latte palette from Dominique Cosmetics. I really love the brand Dominique Cosmetics. I feel like they have a lot of really great products, but their eyeshadow palettes in particular are so good. So we have the Latte palette right here. I bought this when it very first came out, and I became obsessed with it. I love the quality of the shadows in here. I love the layout of this palette. I love the packaging. Everything about this palette is just perfect to me. I use this one when I'm traveling a lot. I just use it when I know I need a quick, simple look, or if I'm looking for like these certain tones right here, I'll come into this palette. But for me, the shimmers are really nice in here. You get large pans. The mattes are so buttery, so smooth. They're very easy to blend. I just can't say anything negative about this palette. I really do thoroughly enjoy it so much, and I definitely recommend it if you haven't tried it. I also wanted to mention her Rustic Glam palette. This is a newer release from her, and it's a little bit of a larger palette. I will say that I kind of prefer the smaller one a little bit more. But nevertheless, the colors in here are just as pretty. The shadows perform the same way. It's a great layout. It's something different. I feel like you have a lot of like neutral tones in here, but also like the blues, the purples, something kind of fun. She also has her Lemonade palette. There's quite a few palettes to choose from. There's the Berries and Cream. So I recommend this brand if you haven't checked them out. Also, she has really good lip glosses as well. I don't have those for my lip product because I couldn't find it, but her Lemonade lip glosses, I believe it is. I love the peach tea one. It's so pretty, and it lasts a long time in the lips. It looks really nice, and it's a really nice like thick formula without being too thick. It's not too sticky. It's really good. I don't have a favorite mascara from Sephora because I personally love my drugstore mascara, so I don't have one to recommend to you, but I do have some lashes, the Lilly lashes in Miami. I know everybody recommends these, everybody loves these, but you guys, I'm not kidding you when I tell you every single time I wear these lashes, I get questions. What lashes are you wearing? What lashes are you wearing when I'm out and about, when I'm on Instagram? Like anything I'm doing, everyone always wants to know what lashes I'm wearing. I also really like her XoXo Miami lashes, but these will last you so long. They're pretty pricey. I think they're right around $30, but I've probably worn this pair like 35 times, 40 times. Like I wear them a lot. I really wear them till I can't wear them no more, but they pretty much last so long, which is what I love about her lashes as well. They have a really nice quality to them to where you can wear them so many times in a row, and they only get better too. Like they're easier to apply. the glue sticks sound better. I don't know what it is, but something about lashes you've worn a million times. I just feel like they work so much better. They just kind of fit right on your eye. I really like her lashes. I think they're great quality, and I'll be stocking up during the sale on those as well. And then lastly, this is a long video, especially since I'm filming it for the second time. I have the lip products I want to recommend to you guys. So I do want to recommend these Plumpline. These are called the Plumpline lip liners from Buxom. I have here the shade Dolly Danger, but Hush Hush is actually my favorite. It's in my purse though, so I didn't grab it out, but this one here is the Dolly Danger. I love this one as well. What it is just a giant lip pencil. It's a really large lip pencil, but I really like these. I feel like if you sharpen them, you can get a very, very precise like line on your lips. But also you can use these just as like a lip product all over your lips. They have a little brush on the end too, so if you're someone who likes to kind of blend your lip out, you could do that with that. They last a really long time as well. I personally like to go in on like my corners of my lips and then apply my lipstick in the middle. So for me, this works perfectly because it is so large that I feel like I can just really quickly do that and also still really really nicely line my lips as well. I think that this is a great pencil and it's gonna last you forever. I've had the Hush Hush one for so long and I barely have used that much of it because it's such a large pencil. It has a lot of product in there. And then also from Buxom, I want to recommend their lip creams. I also love their lip polishes. I don't think you can go wrong with either formula, but this one in here is a lip cream that I have. This one is in Mauve Collins. This is one of my favorite shades that they recently came out with. I actually have it on my lips right now, but it's my favorite lip gloss formula. It's not sticky. It does plump them a little bit, but it's not like a goopy gloss. Like I feel like you can wear this. It doesn't get on your teeth. It doesn't like kind of move around. Obviously with a lip gloss, you're gonna have to reapply it. It's not something that's gonna last all day, but I feel like these fade really nicely on the lip. They're not one that kind of looks, you know, like just separates in the center and then looks weird. They just fade really nicely. They smell amazing and they have so many different colors. One of my favorites is the Dolly one. I've went through multiple tubes with that one. White Russian, of course, is a lot of people's favorite as well. But after that, that is going to be all of my recommendations for the Sephora VIB sale 2019 summer sale. You guys will have to let me know down in the comment section what products you guys plan on picking up during the sale. I'm gonna have everything I mentioned down in the description box, so if you want to shop any of those products, you can do so in the description box. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I'm tired after filming this twice. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy watching. Again, leave your recommendations down below. We can talk about our favorites. And also, if there's anything that you think I should try during the sale, let me know. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, friends.